Look at this nice set of antlers. Mr. Donnie Huddleston gave those to me at work the other day. Nice, aren't they? Nice and brown. Look at these here in this bucket. Mr. Elvis Lawson gave me a bunch of those. But look at the tines on that one. Man, those are long enough to use as pressure flakers. I've even got a set from a full-grown Georgia deer. I don't know, there must be pygmies or something. Well, I've got a bunch of horns for knife handles. So what I need now is a bunch of blades. And that should tell us what kind of rock we need. We need a long, thin, hopefully a tabular piece would work well for direct or indirect percussion. But I don't have any of those. The most efficient way we could make a blade would be to use Jim Wynn's method, Paleo Man Jim, and use an issue stick and a notched rubber pad, and just order a bunch of slabs or blanks from eBay and just pressure plate them. But what fun would that be? Now what I would like to discuss during this video is zigzag and turning edges. Now zigzagging just means knocking one flake off from this face and flipping the whole thing over, knocking a flake off this face, then turning it back, knocking one off that face, and keep doing that all the way down until you get some sort of working edge. Now after you get a working edge, you can either straighten that edge by knocking off the low spots, or you can turn the entire edge by knocking a bunch of flakes off in one direction and move the entire edge toward the opposite face, and that's called a continuous platform. And then once you get the continuous platform made and get it abraded, you can use that to drive flakes off from that opposite face. Now zigzagging is something you never get away from. You're going to use it from the first row of flakes all the way to the last row of finishing flakes. It causes you to be able to straighten the edge and to thin the edge at the same time. Everybody understand that? About as clear as mud? Okay, I'll try to show you. You know me, I'd rather take this big raw piece of Texas and beat the crap out of it. Now, like I said, this is raw, and so it's going to be very tough, and it's very thick. So my best bet is going to be to try to set up some platforms and thin from the end. Now that'll make it a little bit shorter, but we might be able to get a blade out of it. I don't know. Now what you want to look at anytime you try to knock a hump off is look at the difference in the contour. You have a straight line right here with no big dips in it. That means you can hit it here after you set up a platform and knock this off, hopefully. Now look at this side. See, you got this big major dip right here and a big hump on the other side. So if you try to hit it this way, it's only going to go about that far and stop. It's going to make a big hinge. So my best bet is to set up a platform and try to knock it back this way. But I guess the best thing you can do is just strike down on this. Now, you want a platform like this to be heavily abraded. Now when I hit this, hopefully I'll be able to take some of that off. I'm going to hold it in my hand and just let it rest in my hand and try to hit it. Okay, now it worked, but I have a little bit of a hinge right there, so maybe I can hit it from the side or maybe not. Okay, I've got some major concrete areas right here. So what I need to do is lose as much of this as possible and try to work back down toward this area here. So I'm going to go ahead and whack this and see what it does. Okay, got rid of my little step that I had going. Now this is almost a 90-degree angle. I don't know if I can get that off or not. Okay. So looking at this, I need to try to get this big hump off. Looks like the best way to do it is just set up a platform and drive it back that way. Okay, I've set up my little platform. And I've already braided it. I'm going to try to knock some of this off if I can. Alright, now look at that. That is a very good flake, and it gave me a spall big enough that I can use with indirect percussion. That's very good. Okay, now if I could just get this side to do that, I'll be flying. I'm going to try knock another one off this way, since I can't do it the other way. Nice flake. Wish I could get the other side to do that. Okay, I just hit it right there and knocked some of that off, but I still have a bad area. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. What I'm going to do is just try to flatten this thing out some. Okay. Now I'm going to zigzag this edge, but first I want to try to get some of this off here. Okay. Now I was thinking maybe I could zigzag both of those edges, but I might be able to get some of this off. Okay. Well, that's coming off of there. I still got some concrete right here. And got some here now. I'm going to try zigzag and see what that does. Now all zigzagging is just knocking flakes off from each opposite face to establish a working edge. Oh, there, see? Got rid of some of it. hear the difference when I hit that concrete? Okay, so there. Now, since I did that, I can turn this edge, which means I'm knocking all the flakes off in one direction, trying to move the entire edge that way, which I've just created a bunch of step fractures. It's really not good. But maybe I can get this off. Yeah, I've got some more of it. Okay. Now, I think I need to move this platform to drive back that way. And I can take the side of it off. And that gives me a platform to drive back this way. Okay. Try that again. Might be able to get a little bit more off. Some tough stuff. Okay, I think I'm going to go down to a smaller billet and zigzag some more. Looks like I might be able to knock some of that off. Got a big concavity now. Lost a little bit of my edge. I was hoping that I would get out of that concrete. No such luck. Now I know that I'm supposed to be doing the series on the Hobbit's knapping method, but the Hobbit does these same things, but he just does them with indirect percussion. So whether you're doing direct percussion or indirect percussion, I mean, flint nabbing really doesn't change a whole lot. your technique does. But the mechanics of what happens to the flint basically stays the same. It's just trying to get used to different tools and different techniques to basically accomplish the same goal. Now I can use indirect percussion to finish this, and hopefully thin it the rest of the way out.